De vann sin första match, föll tyvärr mot GE Tigers och är nu i losers bracketen i grupp A, och det är såklart SK Gaming vi talar om, och jag står här med stjärnspelaren FORG1VEN. Hello FORG1VEN.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Decent, you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So obviously, obviously you just lost to GE Tigers in a game very many would call closer than expected, given what they did to Cloud9 earlier today. How did you feel throughout the game playing against them?
It felt good. It felt as playing as any other ordinary team. We're no different than anyone else, and it was fine. Like I played, it's my first international event. I guess you could say it felt different than playing against European ones, but as a team, I don't feel we are any different at all.
So even though like all the pundits and all the experts say that they have the best team fighting the best pick ban, you just feel like they're still really beatable.
Yes, experts can say whatever they want to say. It's where everyone has an opinion, and like where are the guys playing and where are the guys commentating and analyzing and being the experts. So I guess everyone can have a different opinion, and surely I have one.
Obviously, like Prey is pretty much a pretty big storyline when it comes to GE Tigers, as many people thought that he wasn't a good AD carry after Season 3, or around Season 3, when he peaked, when he played his best. So how did you feel playing against him, like in terms of like trading and just in terms of lane mechanics? Did you feel like he was like an EU player, or was he much better than any of the opposition facing?
I think he was just decent. Like we won the lane phase, and then I based, and he actually seized in a way like he flashed, or maybe he walked over a wall and then he Valkyried out of the tower, and I didn't expect that. It was my bad. But up until that point, like I had the BF and the pick. Maybe I have like a BF and pick. In general, I was behind from a lane swap because they triple dived me under the tower, and then I turned to the lane, and they actually just farmed crits. I just wanted to survive the lane, and I had like expected to get stomped, and I had like 40 or 50 CS advantage, and so I don't know.
So I mean, what was it in the end that actually caused you to lose?
Just a bad decision that made on the Dragon. The game was certainly winnable, but we just make a bad call, and then it turned out a snowball because they could take Baron same time. So it meant, but like their sieging potential would increase like 100%, and it was just over from this point. And after, they just kept trading, like kept picking after picking like champions and towers and inhibitors. So there was nothing to do to prevent that.
So obviously, when you returned to the EU LCS after having not been in 2 splits, there was a lot of hype surrounding you during the first initial 8-0 split, obviously, and obviously you got the most hype since you were the player that was most visible as the carry. How did you view that entire like shift in how people viewed you? There was a pretty fun video of like FORG1VEN the circle jerk. So I mean, like, how did you view all that? Did you just accept the fact that people are going to think that you're the best now all of a sudden, or?
No, it's just that whoever thought that I was good before, now they have an even bigger reason to say that, because I'm playing on actually 100% better team, and the team consists of players that are huge upgrades over common high rules. Like I think our middle laner is the best in Europe. I think our support, like the support player, is maybe the most intelligent person I have ever met on my gaming life, since I'm playing like games from like 14, 15 years old, but not professionally, of course. And like our top laner is the best, and like our jungler is really good. I mean, everyone is at least top 2 in their positions, and even if they're like not the best mechanically, they will find a way to cover their flow, you know, or this specific weakness, and they will turn it into a strength. And I'm certainly very pleased to play on a team like a scared moment. So, I don't know. I lost it at some point, I'm sorry.
That's fine. But like, obviously then, like the biggest shock this entire split was when you lost 3 straight games. I mean, obviously that just seemed like such a drastic thing to happen if you were unbeaten for 8 straight games. So I mean, like, what happened there in that brief 2-week split?
We couldn't practice. We like on Berlin, and many teams actually face internet problems. We were one of them. Like I think Gambit were another one, Rocket too. We just had some internet problems. We just had some people being sick, and in general, you can call it like in a way a mini slump. It just happens. It's human life, you know. Everything can happen possibly. So the good part is that we actually stopped it early. Like I mean, even if we made 3 losses, we actually had like the wins before, and we actually realized it quite fast. It just happened to be fixed on this specific week. Yeah. I guess we will find out as the season progresses, because playoffs are coming soon.
Okay, so obviously then, I mean, you've been pretty notorious for just having this attitude there where you consider yourself being the best, and like, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but just when you then, I guess I'm a bit reminded of Double Lift before in Season 2 when he talked about other AD carries and such. So I mean, it's obvious that you've so far gotten the reputation for being the best AD carry in Europe, but like, how do you view it personally? Like, what's your own list in the LCS of like the best AD carries aside from you?
I would like not to answer this question because everyone can get sad and mad because every fanboy will attack me and say, oh, forgive what they're saying, you're so bad and like evil person, you should get permabanned or something. So I would rather say that I shouldn't answer that. I'm sorry if people or you want to hear, but it's not a diplomatic version. I just told you why I shouldn't. So
no, well, that's fine. So then, if we just look forward then going into the playoffs of the LCS, obviously you're favored. You're the favorite team in the entire in the European LCS then to make it and probably even win it. So I mean, just how do you look at that then going ahead? Like, which team do you think is the most dangerous aside from you? Is it HK? Is it Fnatic? Or
actually, for me, it's not the playoffs. It's the fact that probably, like at least from most chances, like Elements or Orcat will be out of the playoffs, and I don't know, it feels so strange, it feels so weird because there is actually a huge probability that both of them won't make it because they need to win, like they need to go at least 3-1, I think, 3 wins, 1 loss. So don't know, we will find out. But going to playoffs, I think we have to play at least 4 more games and we have to finish the IM. And so I don't want to say anything about playoffs. I think we take each game differently and every game the same. So not every game the same, I just did a mistake here. But anyway, I think we will find out. We have some pretty good odds, and as the time progresses, we'll find. I don't want to say anything specific.
Okay then, I don't really have many more questions, so if you have any final shout-outs or anything, just feel free to say them.
Shout out to our sponsors, to SK, I don't know, maybe, not maybe, like to my father, and the haters and the fans of SK, because haters give us motivation, the fans give us one more reason to perform.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
You too.